Mariachi. Did you see our video when we did the green screen?
Yeah, nice. Yes,
So we got the green screen, the second green screen up, right? So Stan can put something behind me again. So I had my wife watched the video and she says, the last one when we did the green screen, she said, oh, it was funny until you had the naked girls on there. I'm like, what? She said, it looked like there was like a naked beach porn going on in the background. Jonathan, come here, man. So she wanted us to feel like we were running on the beach with Baywatch is what you should have done. Our air conditioning repairmen come tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Come tomorrow. What are you guys gonna do when the AC is fixed around here? Somebody put in in one of the questions they want to be ungated in Nike and Adidas. Now, I mean,
Power on.
I would have to look. I'd have to scan one of those items to see if I can sell in it. So I started selling on Amazon, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. At one point, they were letting you get ungated and everything. So ungated means, all right, picture your yard with a front gate, right? So if the gate's shut, you're not allowed in. So you're not allowed to sell that brand or that type of product. At one point, Amazon was just letting everybody, sell in every category. But then they ran into a problem, they didn't want everybody selling supplements, or they didn't want to, one of the hardest things to get ungated is DVDs. That was the only thing I was never ungated in is DVDs. And I wish I was, because you can see right out there, I have thousands and thousands of DVDs, and every week I get in thousands more. So if I could sell DVDs on Amazon, I'd be doing great. But let's make it clear, everybody knows in my past videos that I'm kicked off Amazon for life. So because I was buying truckloads from Amazon and relisting the merchandise that was on those truckloads on Amazon. And they frowned upon that because Amazon would take counterfeit merchandise off the shelves, put them in these truckloads, and then I'd get the counterfeit merchandise, put it back on, and resell it, and then I'd get in trouble for having counterfeit merchandise that I bought from Amazon. It's kind of a weird twist, a weird circle of how it works, but so ungating, a lot of times you just got to apply. A lot of times they're going to ask for receipts. You're going to have to hook up with a distributor that sells Adidas or Nike, and then you have to wholesale buy the merchandise and put it on. Then you send Amazon those receipts proving that you are a legitimate supplier of the product, and then they will ungate you in that product. Sometimes you have to get written permission from the brand's owner in order to get ungated. Like you might have to get a letter from Nike saying, yes, this person is allowed to sell our Nike products. Ungated is something that's really important in Amazon. It broadens your horizon, especially like if you're doing retail arbitrage. So for you who don't know what retail arbitrage is you go to a retail store and you scan a whole bunch of items, mostly their clearance section, and you can see like the price is $20. On Amazon, that's selling for $50. My payout is $40, so there's a $20 profit. So you buy all 20 of those items, send them into Amazon. Amazon sells them for you. That's retail arbitrage. When you're buying from a retail store, mostly they're clearance items, and then you're reselling them back on Amazon. I did retail arbitrage for about a year. This was maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I was really successful at it. But I would go to I would take a whole day and go to thrift stores, Lowe's, Walmart, thrift stores, Lowe's. I would hit, sometimes when you find one deal at a Walmart, you would then go to every other Walmart you can. One time I found this HP ink that was a 2-pack, and then it had like printer paper in it, and must be nobody needed the printer paper, so the 2-pack of ink wasn't selling. So it was originally like $100 and they discounted it to like $7. So I ended up getting 30 of them. So if you separate the 2-pack of ink, you can sell each one of the ink for $42, right? So I bought 30 of them from one Walmart, went to another Walmart, bought 20 more, went to another Walmart, they didn't have any, went to another Walmart, bought 50 more, and I made a ton of money on that stuff. You know, it was a one-off that they normally don't sell because they added that printer paper in, but I ended up making a lot of money on that. And for, you know, I paid $7 a pack, so that's $3.50 for each ink cartridge. Sold them for $42. My payout might have been $32, something like that. So I made a lot of money there. Also, one time I went to Walmart and they had a lot of routers on clearance. So I'm scanning all the routers, and I found about 2 or 3 that made sense to me. And my purchase was gonna be about $700 or $800 when I bought those 3 different routers. I go to the front. When I'm at the front, I see a sign that says 50% off all clearance merchandise store-wide. So now it made sense that almost all of the routers they had on clearance were profitable for me. So I had to stop, go back and look at the routers again, rescan them all, knowing that whatever they were marked, so there was $100 routers being marked at $60. There's no money to be made there, but now that it's only $30 because it's 50% off it, then it was profitable for me. So I ended up spending probably about $3,000 that day in routers, brand new, nice routers. I sent them to Amazon FBA, and you know, they sold in no time. So retail arbitrage is great. Getting ungated is not easy and everything. They're getting stricter and stricter and stricter as Amazon enters more and more product placement. As you know, Amazon Basics. There's this whole argument, like I think in Congress and you know, and people talking about ethics. You know, should Amazon be allowed to do the Amazon Basics? Because what they have. Let's say that you're selling an item. Let's say you're selling a mousetrap on Amazon, and you all of a sudden you ramp up production, you're killing it, you're killing it, you're killing it, you're killing it. You're ordering more from China, you're shipping it in, you know, and you're doing millions of dollars a year on this mousetrap. Amazon sees that, they go order probably the same mousetrap from China, bring it in, call it an Amazon Basics product, undercut you, you're out of business, and once you get out of business, they raise their price to what you were selling for. Now Amazon's making those millions of dollars. Is that fair that we agree to give Amazon, you know, this competitive advantage because they know all of our information? They know our costs, they know everything about our information because we give it to them, right, when we list a product, and then they go ahead and steal your product. Is that ethical? Is that fair? Is that, I think it's kind of slimy, but, and I know Congress is thinking about doing something about it. You know, can you give somebody a monopoly this big, you know, or a business this big and let them kill all the small businesses underneath them by taking their products over? Is that fair? Is it ethical? Is it something that should be happening in the United States? Apple does the same thing, I'm sure. The Amazon lady called me this morning. She's the nonprofit that gets the Amazon truckloads, which they're not supposed to sell, but they sell them. And she said she had like 5 more truckloads coming in. So it's apparent that Amazon is, you know, has a ton of excess merchandise that I'd never seen before. So, you know, we do break some of these down, but we do sell them by the box. You can see they're sealed, they're untouched. We haven't opened these. I mean, sometimes customers come by and open them, but we try to discourage that. We have them marked for $500, but I'm actually selling them for $400. We're giving them a discount on it. You know, but I tell her, if you don't touch the truck, it's a 26-foot U-Haul, floor to ceiling. You don't touch the truck, I'll give you $3,000 every load. You know, right now she rents like 4 storage units, which is $400 a month. She's renting U-Haul. She's sorting through stuff. I'm like, I can make your life so much easier. All you have to do, pick up the truckload, bring it to me. I'll give you the $3,000. Pick up the truckload, bring it to me. Now her daughter the other day was at the storage unit, backed the U-Haul into the storage unit, did $4,200 worth of damage. I'm like, you don't have those kind of damages if you just bring the stuff to me. You don't have to worry about managing things. Sometimes you got to take away the pain for people that are getting this kind of stuff. You know, because it's a pain in the ass to take it somewhere, open it up, sort it, bring customers in, you know, do a daily sale, you know, having to work 8 hours a day. She can do all that stuff if she wants, and she's gonna make an X amount of money. Or she can just bring it to me, have zero headache, zero problems, zero heartache, and make the same amount of money. So that's what the best pallets I've ever gotten, 16 talls, 17. We have plenty of talls. It's rare that we have plenty of talls, but we now have plenty of talls, which is good. That means that we can supply some other bin stores in our area. You know, I also somebody messaged me and said that there's smalls coming out of Orlando. So I'm gonna try to get on that contract and lock that up. So first of all, the smalls I'm getting, the inventory seems to be growing. If I can lock in another contract of smalls coming out of Orlando and get truckloads from them, then I'd be comfortable opening a couple more bin stores. Because now that I'm getting the right product mix of everything coming in, my bin stores seems to be doing are much more profitable. When you can add in some electronics and stuff like that, all of a sudden the value goes through the roof, and it's been good lately. It's been very good lately. And it's summertime here in Florida. Remember, as you know in my other videos, during the summertime, our sales are half of what it is during the wintertime. So if I'm kicking some ass right now in sales, what's gonna happen come September, October, November, when all those snowbirds come down here and they got all the money, man. They just need to spend that money somewhere. It's like burning a hole in their pocket. So I'm excited. All right. There's a whole slew of scammers out there that are kind of ruining the industry. So what they're doing is they, like one time I bought a load and I had a huge box filled with 2 terabyte hard drives. This is back when 2 terabyte hard drives were great, right? But so they were external hard drives in their own cases. But when you opened up the cases, there were only 20 gigabyte hard drives in there. So somebody bought the 2 terabyte hard drive, swapped out the 2 terabytes and put in a 20 gigabyte hard drive, and then returned it. So Amazon, so this is how people get screwed in the industry. Third-party sellers sell stuff on Amazon. Amazon customers buy it, swap out the hard drive, and then return it. Amazon doesn't give a shit, right? Because they just charge it back to the third-party seller. Amazon loses nothing out of the deal except for their commission, right? And then if the person wants the hard drive back, the third-party seller, they get something that's not even what they actually sold. So you have to be careful of that in the loads that you get. What was the one thing? Oh, one time we had a massager that we got out of an Amazon, one of those good massagers that are like $100, $200 right now. And it was sealed. A customer bought it. It came from a return pallet. When he took it home, he opened up the box and there was a rock in there, right? Yeah. It was a rock. So when they return them, they make sure whatever's inside of it weighs the same as the original product. So we got in these power supplies here, and they looked like they were sealed. And so we put them out we didn't even open them up. We put them out for sale, and now a customer wants to buy it. When we open it up, what's inside of it? This is a power supply that's not even close to the one that's supposed to be in here. And then they weighted it down with tape. Now, the best thing out of this is that I use a lot of tape here. So this tape is gonna go to good use. But so whoever returned these scammed Amazon, scammed the customer that was selling these. And Amazon needs to pay for this. Amazon needs to keep track of this and figure it out. They don't. They don't give a crap. They just pass the cost back onto the seller who brought all this in. Both of them were that way. So somebody bought a power supply for a few $100s, returned it, got a free label to return it back, and then just put some extra weight in there and shipped it out. So be careful when you're buying Amazon returns.
Same note, Lowe's does the same thing. They don't, if you take a sealed box that says my lawnmower doesn't work, they don't open it up to see if the battery and the charger is in there. And a lot of people will buy the lawnmower, take it home, pull the battery and charger out, and then return it all and say, I didn't get it, it doesn't work, I just want my money back, or give me a new one. So now they got 2 brand new lawnmower plus 2 brand new batteries and a charger, which are $300 in value themselves.
Employees actually working in the background, if they're actually working. Somebody just asked, how do I get to CVS Nonprofits? Actually, just being known as a big buyer in the community. A lady came in, she has a nonprofit organization, but I think they legitimately, can sell the items. So, she had, I think it was like 14 pallets of CVS, and it actually was really good stuff. Now I also buy from CVS directly. Actually, it's from Inmar, who has a CVS contract. I buy directly because they have a warehouse in my town. But I was able to get it for cheaper from the nonprofit than I was from CVS Direct. Because CVS Direct charges me somewhere around 8% of retail, and then I sell them for 10% of retail here in my store. But this lady sold me all the pallets for $300 a piece, and some of them were good, some of them were great. So anytime you can team up with a nonprofit that is getting these products, you want to buy from them. But remember, take away their pain points. This lady's problem was she gets these 15 pallets and she's got no room for them. So, you know, I can buy them all in one shot. You don't want to, she doesn't want to sell it to one person who wants to buy 2, another person who wants to buy 1. She wants to sell it one shot, all 15 at one time. Boom, I get it out of her way. She's happy, I'm happy. I make money, her organization makes money, and they can take more donations anytime. This is the second time she's came back. So I'm sure she'll just call us every time she gets it. And we have a constant supply, maybe once a month, getting 15, 20 pallets from CVS.